discussing about the mind in its relation to the body and soul, and I wrote a little something for the mind. And like Nikola Tesla said, our mind is a receiver. It's a receiver of information that we download directly from the universe. The entire universe is composed of sound frequency. I believe that our subconscious mind is infinite, just like I believe the universe is infinite, at least on an etheric spiritual level. On a physical level, our brain and universe are finite, up to 8 dimensions, and then after the 8th dimension, when we reach the 9th dimensional plane, everything shoots off to infinity. This has been proved mathematically. We live in an 8-dimensional lattice, which makes up our physical reality. Our brain hears sound frequency from our ears, and we see light from our eyes, which light is also created by sound frequencies. This is also something Nikola Tesla said. So the frequencies are very important. This is why sound can heal us, because everything is sound. So externally, depending on the sounds we hear and the lights we see, will depend on what frequency we perceive. And internally, if our mind is balanced with our heart and body, we will have a higher internal frequency and perceive a higher perception. So literally, we create our reality through our internal frequency, which creates what we perceive externally, and vice versa. What we perceive externally affects our internal frequency. We create our reality, and our reality creates us. As above, so below. As the universe, so the soul.
We are contributing to a momentary arbitration of a reality. The existential meaning is we are all contributing to our experiences. We are all contributing our experiences to a central reality. So what are we doing exactly? I'm having this talk, this conversation. He's witnessing it. We're contributing to the essence of this podcast. In essence, that is reality. We are affecting reality in this momentary way. It could possibly mean that in this very moment,
Who part of
in any second of time, something else could happen that was not expected.
Everyone's afraid in their own life. If you could be anything you wanna be, you'd be disappointed, am I right? No one really knows the ones they love. If you knew everything they thought about, you'd wish that they'd just shut up. Well, you were the dull sound of sharp mouth when you were alive. No one's gonna play the harp when you die. And if I had a nickel for every damn dime, I'd have half the time.
Since there is an infinite universe of sound frequencies within and without us, we can literally create any reality that we can imagine. We just have to align our inner frequency and vibration to create it. And I also wrote down some different ways to stimulate our mind. And to stimulate your mind and perceive a higher frequency of reality, it's really simple. You read books. You research about things that you want to know. Just educate yourself. Think for yourself. Create your own thoughts and ideas and see if you're right. And if you're wrong, embrace it, because it gives you a chance to learn more. And we have access to the internet in our pockets. Let's use this to our advantage. You know, we've got the world in our fingertips. Let's use it to become smarter, stronger, happier, healthier. The information's there. We just have to look for it. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense to have, you know, because we're mostly water. We're majority water. I won't say mostly, but we're majority water. And so, you know, it only makes sense that the body is but a vat of just chemicals that cannot mix, really. They're separate, but they work off of one another. And sure, they can overlap. That does not mean they're mixed. And if anybody knows how quarks and leptons work, then you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. By using thing are electricity.
Yeah.
If you thought about that, we're water, electricity, and carbon. Water, what would you say would that stand for? Like the spirit. Electricity would be something, and then the carbon would be
I
the
like
physical.
that. Yeah.
Electricity would be the mind. 'Cause, you know, it's...
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you meditate, the way that I have been taught is with a certain mindset. The mindset is that if you're not directly experiencing it, it does not exist.
See, I think drugs have done some good things for us. I really do. And if you don't believe drugs have done good things for us, do me a favor. Go home tonight, take all your albums, all your tapes, and all your CDs and burn them. Because you know what? The musicians who made all that great music that's enhanced your lives throughout the years, real fucking high on drugs.
We really need to start questioning ourselves before we question other people.
Mm-hmm. And everyone, you know, is right according to their own perspective and their own little world that they live in. And then, you know, I was thinking about it. Socrates said, we don't really know anything. He said, the smartest people realize you don't know anything. And I thought about that. And I was like, well, how does that make sense? And really, let's say you learn 5 things. Those 5 things all branch off into 5 other things.
Mm.
Well, then you got 25 things. And then you learn all about these 25 things. And you're like, okay, yeah, I know some stuff now. And then they each branch off into 25 other things. And it's just like the learning, the more you know, the more you realize the more there is to know.
Mm-hmm.
And it never stops. It's infinite because it's always ever changing and ever growing. I think Einstein said our imagination is the true sign of knowledge, because anything you can imagine, you can create and you can make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the bigger your imagination is open to different possibilities,
Yeah.
the more of them you can put together and create for yourself. And that's why I encourage meditation. A lot of times I meditate and I'll have, you know, almost like healing epiphanies where I heal past traumas. And I feel so, a lot of times it makes me cry. And I feel so relieved and like I've been holding this burden so long and I finally let it go. And you can tap into that part of your mind, because it'll be stuff I don't even consciously remember, and it'll just jump back into my conscious memory.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, and then it's been causing you grief your whole life and you didn't even consciously know it. And you can let it go. That's the benefits of meditation.
As you can see, I had a list of things I tried to go through. And, you know, if you have any suggestions or if you want to contribute in any way, if you want to donate, if you want to give your time, effort, money, we'll take money, I don't care, whatever. We don't need money. We would like it, but that's for you to decide.
To grow all this.
Yes. You don't have to. I would really suggest contributing your time. If you really want to support Conscious Machine, Adam and I, and Kelsey's unable to be here at the moment. Andrew, he's going to be on soon, but probably the next episode or 2 he'll be on. But yeah.
Also, leave comments, share it, like it, please. Spread the word.
Today, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the imagination of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather.